Hello, this will be an introductory video about my personal world building project of the past month and a half or so, Telor. I'll go over some of the basics and take a quick look at the regions of this continent I have been drawing out. Also, I really apologize if I talk way too fast, cause in editing I've realized that I talk way too fast most of the time, so really sorry about that, but let's get started. The planet of Saga, which the Taloran people called Core, is the only habitable planet in its star system. It has four main continents, with the largest being Haldramar, which is dominated by jungles, deserts, plains, and a high degree of tectonic activity. Talor is the continent to the southwest, and is slowly making its way via tectonics to Haldramar. The land of Talor is a bit smaller than Canada, and is located in the planet's temperate regions. Talor is absolutely covered in forests, divided by mountains, rivers, and lakes. This wilderness is due to the sapiens of Talor still being in their lower to the height of the Middle Ages. Trees and mountains are sacred in these lands. Talor is likely some of the oldest lands in the world of Saga. Due to the tectonic activity, most land is new upwells of lava, shaped by flooding, volcanic eruptions, and astronomical events. However, Talor has shockingly remained unchanged for the better part of around 40 million years. Hominid life is also ancient here, withstanding for over 900,000 years. This has led to countless ruins and artifacts being spread across the continent. Magic, yes, pronounced with a K, comes from a substance known as arcanum. It does not interact with normal matter. Instead, it is much like dark matter in our own universe. It permeates every single atom in existence. However, arcanum can be manipulated by consciousness to change the world around it. This is known as magic, and thousands of ways of magic are in use. The Taloran style of magic is runes, and when combined with a verbal incantation, can change reality around it. There are several hominid species inhabiting Talor. Some are more populous than others. Some are more powerful. I classify these in the natural and magical species. The dwarves are also called stonekin and dig deep into the earth's heart. The elder fae is the colloquial name for elves and other fae or sylvan folk. Stone giants are a magical species which bestowed metallurgy and magic runes upon other races like the dwarves and the men. However, they vanished 921 years ago, marking the modern calendar. Trolls are larger hominids who wear the horns of their kills, and you probably, hopefully, already know about humans. For the second part of the video, I will cover more specific regions and lands of Talor as a general kind of glossary, say. Tynor used to be the beating heart of the Kingdom of Man, Iridea. This land is a gradient between Mediterranean vineyards to the south and a more continental, wetter climate to the north. Throughout, countless homesteads, towns, villages, and port cities are located. Vineyards are the icon of the south of Tynor, with the jewel of man itself, Grey Bay. The city of Grey Bay is under the control of the Grey Guard barons, as Tynor was once a barony of Iridea until the kingdom of Iridea fell 120 years ago. Grey Bay is at the choke point between the Sea of Silver and the Relcard Channel, and thus controls all sea trade between the north and the south, which makes it the cultural and economic centre of Talor. Darinia was the homeland of Iridea. The old Iridean kings and queens used the horse riders and open plains to march upon Praff to the west and Tynor to the east, making baronies of them, alongside their own land of Darinia. Even now, after Iridea fell, Darinia still has the greatest military presence in the old Iridea, and perhaps even Talor as a whole. This success can be named on the hounds of Irid, extremely derived war horses bred to wear armour and run down enemies faster and stronger than any other horse. They are known as hounds for their wolf-like appearance and general armour resembling a wolven creature. Moving westward, we arrive at Praff, the third and final barony which was ruled by Iridea. After the old kingdom fell, Praff dissolved into chaos as the guilds that once had a heavy hand in Praff's ruling tried to take over, leading to a chaotic and bloody war. The cliffs of iron to the south make sea access unviable for most towns and cities. Praff is a forested barony, where the high city of Seymour is the only organised city left standing, and the old magic and wilderness has returned. Life is hard, warlords are vying for power, and the child baron, Nered Faradwin, at 15 years of age, is trying to keep his barony together, but is swiftly and, well, horribly losing control. Now, we reach the most western shore of Telor, and we leave behind old Iridea to the south. The nomadic peoples of Pool and Druid share a common ancestry, where the old pagan gods are still powerful and worshipped. These people worship spirits, believing in animism as everything, from a pebble to a tree to an ocean has a spirit. Iridea looked to conquer these lands before it fell. Ancient ruins are scattered across the mountains, forests, and lakes of this region. Ruins whose makers have long been forgotten, and old henges of Druidic belief dot this land. These artifacts and remnants of a bygone era hold a sacred place in the lore of Pool and Druid. Iridea and the lands of men tried to colonize and populate these ancient lands where the trees are deep-rooted. They built outposts, then towers, then villages, and then towns. However, the wild beasts of the wild fought back fiercely, and so did the Pool and sometimes even Druid people. It is from here where pagan gods were incorporated into the ideas and mythos of the more sovereign baronies. Small homesteads and new frontiers make up the borderlands. Moving once more eastward, and then north of Tynor, we come to the dead dwarven kingdom of Teal. The reason for Iridea's success was its peace and trade with the dwarves of the Teal Riftlands. The dwarves used their earthen magic, derived from the first giantish magic, to create enchantments. They also made many great metal or stone works to trade with Iridea, bolstering its power, and in doing so greatened Teal. However, the dwarves dug too deep and woke up the Faber worms, which laid waste to Teal, and then created chaos in Iridea 120 years ago, toppling both kingdoms. However, the dwarves still live on in the northern kingdom of Kefir, bordering the Elderlands and taking earthen magic to new heights with their great works of arcanum mastery. These dwarves believe in a strange religion where the earth will one day swallow the sky and all worms will be slain. In this new world of rock, the Kefirian dwarves believe that they may reign as lords of Talor once more, from their great hold of Sterak. Now we've made it to the final land we shall be covering. The Elderlands are the oldest of Talor, and are still home to the old magic, which some dwarven and man cults have tried to replicate with their runic magic. It is strong here. Even motes of light, or arcanum magic, or blue, purple, or yellow, can be seen in the vast treeways of these woods. The trees are rooted deep here, some thousands of years old. The elves and the ents call this land home, and are isolated from the rest of the world in their groves. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed that. It was quite short, a lot shorter than my other version of this video which I made. And here are all the image credits. And I hope you enjoyed it. I will be making more videos, although not just in my world building, but also history, fantasy, general kind of writing stuff, drawings, speculative evolution, and I've even started to dabble into conlanging and making my own languages, which I will try to share those misadventures as I struggle to try and get good at it. Yeah, you can tell that this is the end bit because I'm very informal and stuttering a lot and yada yada yada. I don't have a script for this bit. So yeah, thanks for everyone who's gonna push me on during this little project, and yeah, so I hope that you can tune in for the next video. I suspect it will either be on the Elderlands or the Dwarves, although I think the Dwarves. And also, if you want to, just tell me what you want to see next, I suppose. But yeah, so that'll be all. Thanks.